All right, March 16th, another episode of Stand Tall. Let's dive right into the art of war. We're in chapter 9, verse 3. We're going to do verse 3 and 4. After crossing a river, you should get far away from it. Verse 4. When an invading force crosses a river on its onward march, do not advance to meet it in midstream. It will be best to let half the army get across and then deliver your attack. River warfare. Let's see what an alternate translation has to say in regards to Sun Tzu's words. Master Sun says, when cut off by the water, always stay away from the water. Do not meet them in the water. It is advantageous to let half of them cross and then attack them. Both Cao Cao and Li Quan say, you induce the enemy to cross over. Knowing your terrain, right? And we do cover terrain later on, but kind of knowing where you're at and knowing in mountains and rivers and valleys and different sets of terrain, just like different circumstances in life, different days in life, all call for you to wait for the enemy to come halfway. You can't always anticipate everything, but the best thing to do, like any wise decision, is maybe not to advance too quickly. Do not move in haste. Now let's turn over to the Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman for March 16th. That sacred part of you. Hold sacred your capacity for understanding. For in it is all, that our ruling principle won't allow anything to enter that is either inconsistent with nature or with the constitution of a logical creature. It's what demands due diligence, care for others, and obedience to God. Marcus Aurelius, Meditations 3.9. The fact that you can think, the fact that you can read this book, the fact that you are able to reason in and out of situations, all of this is what gives you the ability to improve your circumstances and become better, right? Kaizen, every single day, one or two good things to do better, to get better, every little bit, piece by piece. It's important to appreciate this ability because it's a genuine ability, and not everyone is so lucky. Seriously, what you take for granted, others wouldn't even think to dream of. Take a little time today to remember that you're blessed with the capacity to use logic and reason to navigate situations and circumstances. This gives you unthinkable power to alter your circumstances and the circumstances of others. And remember that with that power comes responsibility, right? Because you're, and kind of what's not being directly said, is the view through which you cast onto others, the lens of your emotions and your assumptions that you place on others, right? Be careful with that power, because it's like meeting the enemy in the river. You're skipping too many steps. You're not being true to logic and reason. You're assuming based on facts and emotions things that you don't know. And so whether you're underestimating or overestimating an emotion, an employee, an opponent, whatever the situation might call for at that time, the best thing is not to assume too much and to try to walk it back and get the enemy to cross the river first and let them show their hand.